Good afternoon to all, and welcome to lecture number 8. And in this lecture, we'll be talking about the review of linear and nonlinear filtering, which will be used for pre-processing or basically in early computer vision or low-level computer vision. Yesterday, we talked about like what kind of basically what kind of low level processing in computer vision is done, like for example processing on pixel itself, then processing on like for example if there is gamma correction required, then you have to do the gamma correction. If image is of not good quality, like for example if image is taken in the dark room, then you have to do the image enhancement. Or if you have taken the image like for example when you are moving the car in the car, and then if you capture the picture, then that image get blurred, so you have to do the deep blurring by using image restoration algorithm and so on. So all those were basically doing the operation on the pixel and so on. Then after that, geometric transformation, like for example if there is a rotation of the image or if there is a scaling of the image, you have to do the correction of that image before sending that image, or basically you have to do the pre-processing of that image before sending to the mid-level computer vision and so on. And third thing what we have talked about yesterday is image filtering. So image filtering, as I explained yesterday, that there are four types of filters. Like you have low pass filtering, then you have high pass filtering, then you have band pass filtering and band stop filtering. So that concept I have explained you yesterday. Also, you know that for doing the spatial domain filtering, you should have the mask. So this mask is generally used for doing the spatial filtering, and sometimes it is called as the mask, sometimes it is called as the kernel, sometimes it is called as the template, sometimes it is called as the sub image, sometimes it is called as the window and so on. So this whole mask is basically applied on the input image. So this input image, these values are nothing but your pixel values, and then when you filter this input image with this kernel or mask function, then you get the filtered image. And this filtered image, these values in the filtered image are not called as a pixels or like that, they are called as a coefficients. So once filtering is done, these pixels will be changed, or it will be called as a this one filtered coefficients and so on, or this is called as the coefficients of the filtered image and so on. And also yesterday I talked to you that this mask can be of size, like for example 1 by 1 mask may be there, or 2 by 2 mask they may be there, or 3 by 3 mask may be there, or 4 by 4, 5 by 5. But generally odd size of mask is selected so that you can keep the center of that mask on the pixel under consideration, and the number of pixels will be basically balanced around that pixel. So that's why odd size of mask is considered like as a 1 by 1, or 3 by 3, or 5 by 5, and 7 by 7 and so on. And then this mask is used for filtering the image. So as I told you that this sometimes it is called as the mask, sometimes it is called as the kernel, sometimes it is called the template, or sometimes it is called as the sub image or windows and so on. So this is applied on that input image, and resultant whatever you get, that is called as the filtered image. And what is the mechanics which is used for spatial filtering? So there are two types of filtering. One is basically spatial domain filtering, and another one is a frequency domain filtering. So spatial domain filtering is nothing but doing the filtering in the spatial domain. Like you are doing operation on pixel itself. In case of frequency domain filtering, you have to take the transform of the image. You have to represent that image into in a frequency domain, because your original image domain is a spatial domain image. You have to take the transform like as a Fourier transform of the image, and once that Fourier transform is obtained, then you get the frequency domain representation, and then after that you have to apply the filters. So that kind of filtering is called as the frequency domain filtering. So you can do either low pass filtering or high pass filtering, or band stop filtering or band pass filtering. Particularly in computer vision, low pass filtering and high pass filtering is particularly used for either removing the noise or extracting the edges and so on. So here in this basically computer vision task, we'll be restricting our filtering in a spatial domain filtering. So this mechanics of spatial domain filtering is that this process consists simply of moving the filter mask from point to point of the image. Means the pixel under consideration, on that pixel under consideration, the center of that mask is kept, and then this one filtering or convolution of that mask with that neighboring pixel of the image will be done, and then finally you get the filtered coefficient. Okay, and this you have to repeat for all the pixels in the entire image. So you have to go row by row, and then so once row first row is over, then second row, third row, up to last row. So at each point x comma y, the response of filter at that point is calculated using predefined relationship. So for that, either you can use cross correlation, or you can use convolution operation. So image filtering is nothing but you are modifying the pixels in the image based on some function. Now this some function is nothing but your uh, filter mask. Okay, so you are basically modifying the pixel of the image by using filter mask, and by considering the local neighborhood of each pixel, and finally you get the resultant output. Now see here, for example, you have the image, local image, like as 3 by 3 image is there, and these are the pixel values of this image, and you have another image or function which is basically applied on this image, and then such that the center of this basically kernel is kept on the 5, and then after doing the filtering or convolution or correlation, finding correlation, you get basically the value of this pixel 5 as modified value of the image data, that is 7. So this is done by applying the filter on this image and so on. So this is the coefficient, and this is nothing but the pixel, and then on this pixel you are applying the function. That function is called as this kernel function is called as either filter, or this is called as the sub image, or this is called as the windowing function, or this one kernel, and so on. So right that way, and this is called as the filtered image. Right now, there are basically two types of filtering. One is linear filtering, and another one is non-linear filtering. So over the course of time, we'll see what is meant by linear filtering and non-linear filtering. So one simple version of linear filtering is nothing but doing the finding the cross correlation, or finding the convolution of that mask, filter mask, and with the image. So replace each pixel of a linear combination of its neighborhood. So this prescription of linear combination is called as the kernel, or mask, or filter. Right now, see that this is your original image, and this is a 3 by 3 image, and then you have a mask or kernel function having values like as a 0.5 and then 1, and then 0.5 rest of the values weightage are 0. Now when you have to basically filter this sixth pixel, or basically center pixel, so what you have to do, you have to keep this mask such that the center of this mask should be coincide with this 6, and then it should consider the neighboring pixel, and then what happens, basically we multiply the weight of this mask with the intensity, and then after that we add this one with the neighboring weight, and multiplication of weight and of mask and intensity. So this is done for entire all those pixels which are considered. Now see that if you consider this one, and if you have kept this mask at the center such that this 0.5 is coinciding with this one, so definitely what will happen for all those 1, 4, 10, 5, 3, so this 0, 0, 0 will be there. So when you are multiplying with those values, this will become 0. But when you are multiplying this 0.5 with this 6, so this value will become 3. What about this one? It will be 0. Again, this one is multiplied with 1, so it will be 1. And then 8 is multiplied with 0.5. So you got here 4, 1, and 3. So you have to add all those values. So this 0, 0 will not make any contribution. This 0 also will not make any contribution because of this one. And then this 3 plus 1 plus 4, that value of this 6, originally image pixel was having value 6, and when you apply this kernel function or filter function, you got the value as a 8. Why 8? 0.5 into 6, that is equal to 3. Then 1 into 1, so that is 1. So 3 plus 1, and then this 8 into 0.5, that is 4. So you have to add 3 plus 1 plus 4. So that is coming 8. So this pixel, which was 6, now after filtering, it will become, first thing is that it will not remain as a pixel. It will be called as a coefficient, and this coefficient value after filtering this one, it will be 8. So this is the modified image data after doing the convolution and so on. So there are basically two operations you can do, either cross correlation or you can do the convolution. So cross correlation, you know that correlation is nothing but finding the similarity between two different functions. So if two functions are different, then this correlation is called as the cross correlation, and this correlation will be high if two functions are similar or they are exactly matching. So that value will be large value of this one. And then if it is dissimilar, then cross correlation will be having the 0 value, right? Now suppose, for example, you have the input image as a f, and then this kernel function is, or filter function is having value h, and the size of this kernel function will be, suppose for example, 2k plus 1 by 2k plus 1, and then you are getting the output g from this cross correlation of f and h. So you know the standard formula of two-dimensional cross correlation, which is given by z of I comma j. So you are calculating the filtered output g comma I at the location of z comma I comma j by using what? By finding the correlation between this is the filter and this is the image portion under consideration. So this window is considered like this. Will talk about your this one rows, and this summation will talk about your columns. And then every time what you have to do, you have to multiply this weight of kernel function along with the intensity of that image pixel. So you have to multiply, then again you have to consider another weight and another this one neighboring pixel intensity. So multiply and addition will be done for entire window, and then that will that whatever the value you get, that will be replaced with or basically that will be considered as a filtered coefficient and so on. So this is called as the cross correlation, and mathematical symbol of cross correlation is like this. So Z is a cross correlation of H and F. Now the difference between the cross correlation and convolution is that process is same, only thing is that kernel is flipped. Now here see that even in one-dimensional convolution, you might have seen that if there are two sequences, then when you are doing the convolution of these two sequences, one sequence is flipped back, right? And then after that, it is shifted and then multiplied, added, shifted, and multiplied. How long? Till the entire sequence is covered. Now our image is two-dimensional. Your filter here is also of two-dimensional. So the size may be different, right? But now when you are doing the convolution of two-dimensional signal, at that time what you have to do, you have to flip basically this one kernel. Now you have to flip this horizontally as well as vertically. So this convolution is the same correlation, this one same as a correlation, except that the kernel function is flipped horizontally and vertically. So this mathematical equation will be just modified with this one. Now here you have a choice, either you can flip the image or you can flip the kernel. So you can do either operation, flip operation, either on the image or on the kernel function. Now, so mathematical equation of this convolution will be like this. So as I told you that this will be talking about the rows, this will be talking about summation operation for the column, and this is your basically the filter, this one weights, and this is nothing but the pixel under consideration of the image. So for that entire window, you are doing multiplication of the weight of this filter with the intensity of that location of that image, and then you have to add and then so that you have to repeat for entire window which is under consideration. So this is called as the convolution operation, and the symbol of convolution is like this. So Z is the convolution of this H filter along with the image F, right? Now, so this convolution operation is having the property of commutative and associative property is there for convolution, right? Now, how basically this convolution mechanism is there. Now, suppose, for example, you have this original image like this F, and then you are convolving that with filter H. Now, you know that you have to flip this filter, okay, horizontally and vertically. So this flipping is done horizontally and vertically, right? Now, after that, what happens? You have to keep the center of this filter or kernel on the pixel under consideration. So for example, if you are considering the first pixel of this image, what will happen if you keep the center of this one? Some of the portion of this one will be outside this image and so on. So to avoid that one, what is generally done, the first column of this image is replicated here, first row of the image is replicated here, last column of the image is replicated here, last row of the image is replicated. Now when you keep this one, so definitely, okay, it will map like this one. So to avoid that, okay, either replication is done or this sometime it may be they may take the central portion of the image also. Okay, so then when you are considering the pixel under consideration, so the center of this mask will be kept, and then you have to do the multiplication with the weight of this mask and the intensity of this function. So for entire window, you have to do the multiplication of weight and this one pixel intensity, and then finally you have to add, and then this value which is modified will be basically considered as a first coefficient of the filtered image, and then after that you have to shift this this one your mask function mask to the right by one column. So you have, okay, the mask like this, and again you have to do the process same thing. So how long? Till the entire row is covered. Again you have to come back to the second row and do the same process. How long? Till the entire all the pixels are covered. So this mask is generally kept like this, and then filtering is done row wise for all the rows and so on, so like that way. So this is done like this way, and then you get the filtered image as the output. So this is the convolution operation. Now suppose, for example, you have the original image like this. As I told you that when you're considering the first image here, okay, first pixel of this image, you have to basically replicate the first column as it is, first row as it is, last column as it is, or last row as it is, so that when you are considering this pixel under consideration, okay, you can basically keep the mask like this, and then you can calculate the coefficient at the first location of the first pixel and so on. So you have this pixel under consideration, this one image under consideration. So this is the center of this image. Suppose, for example, f of x comma y. Now one column to the left is that will keep the row same x, and column will be y minus 1. One column to the right will row will be same, so this will be x, and then x, y plus 1. Now similarly, one column above, so what will happen? Basically column the one row above, so row column will remain same, that is y value is same, and x minus 1, that is row is reduced by 1. Similarly, one row below, so your column will remain same and x plus 1 will be there. So like that way, these are the coordinates of the pixel under consideration. So these are the neighboring pixel. How many neighboring pixels are there for this one? So if you are considering the window of 3 by 3, so this is the pixel under consideration. So for this pixel, there are 8 numbers. So this is 1 pixel, another pixel, third pixel, fourth pixel, fifth pixel, sixth, seventh, and eighth pixel. So like that way, for any pixel under consideration, if you are considering 3 by 3 mask, then there will be 8 neighboring pixels. If you are considering 5 by 5 mask, then there will be 24 neighboring pixels will be there, and so on. So like that way, 7 by 7 marks, there will be 48 neighboring pixels will be there, and so on. So this value of pixel after filtering will depend upon the value of this neighboring pixels. And then for that, what you have to do, basically you have to use the filter mask. So this filter mask is having the coefficients like this. So W -1 -1. So this is the center of the mask, and which is which has a coordinate as a w0, 0. Now this w0, 0, now when you're filtering this this pixel, what you have to do, you have to keep the mask such that the center of this mask will be matching with the x, y. So what will happen when you match this one, so it will be like this way. So w00 will be on overlapped with f of x, y. Then w -1 will be overlapped with f of x -1, y -1, and so on. So in this way, this mask is kept when you are filtering the pixel f of x, y. Now, what will be the value of this f of x, y? So this f of x, y value depends upon all those 9 pixel. So 9 pixel intensity values as well as 9 weights of this filter. So weight W's are the weights, and f of x, y, or f of x minus y, all those are the pixel intensity value. So what you are doing here, just you are multiplying the weights with the corresponding pixel. So W00 weight is multiplied with f of x, y. Then so this multiplication is done. So say for all these cells, this multiplication is done, and finally all those cells will be added together. That will be the value of filtered value of this location, and this is mathematically represented as, see that this w -1 multiplied by f of x -1, y -1. So this is the multiplication. Then what is then? This is added with what? This multiplication. Then again, this is added with this one. So if you write the mathematical equation of this one, you will get the whole mathematical equation like this. So just you are doing what? Multiplication of the weight at that location with the intensity of that pixel intensity of that image at that location. So that multiplication is done, and then for entire window you are doing the addition. So in that way, this convolution is done, and convolution is nothing but filtering in case of image, right? So here linear filtering is that, note is that the coefficient W00 coincides with the image f of x, y. So this W00 is coincides with center of the mask is coincides with the pixel under consideration, because we are filtering this pixel. So you have to find out the corresponding coefficients of filtered image. So this is based on the neighborhood as well as neighborhood pixels as well as the image, this one pixel under consideration. So the coefficient W00 coincides with the image value of x, y, indicating that the mask is centered at x, y when the computation of sum of product takes place. Now, for the mask of size m, m by n, we assume that this should be m is equal to 2a plus 1. This should not be minus. This is equal to 2a plus 1, and n is equal to 2b plus 1, and where a and b are non-negative integer, and then m and n are generally odds, right? So if you write this equation, whatever this expanded form of equation was there, so you can write that one in a compact form by using a mathematical formulation like summation. So summation over row, summation over column, and then this is nothing but the weight of that filter mask, and this is nothing but the intensity of that pixel under consideration. So this convolution result can be written in a simple mathematical equation, and this is nothing but the filtering of the image. Now this can be also in the same way you can write. Suppose for example, these are the weights of the mask, and then suppose z1, z2, z3 up to z9 are the pixel intensities. So what you are doing, you are multiplying this z1 with w1 plus z2 with w2 plus up to wmn zn. And if you are considering 3 by 3 mask, then it will be this mn value will be equal to 9, right? W9 z9. So I equal to 1 to 9. you're doing the multiplication of wi zi, means w1 z1 when I equal to 1, and then when I equal to 2, it will be w2 z2, and then every time you are doing the addition. So where w's are nothing but the mask of the coefficient or filter, and z's are nothing but the image gray levels corresponding to those coefficients. So in this way, basically convolution or filtering is done in the image. Now, as I told you that there are two types of filtering. One is linear filtering and another one is nonlinear filtering. So nonlinear filtering, basically here, nonlinear spatial filters also operate on the neighborhood, and mechanics of sliding a mass passed in an image are the same as that was just outlined. See, means basically there will be a mask of nonlinear filter, and then this is also operated on the neighborhood of that one. So process is simple. Only thing is that the final result is not like as a summation or like that. So final result, the output will be like, for example, if you are doing the median filtering is called as the nonlinear filtering. So your output you have to arrange in the ascending order, and then you have to find out the median of that one, and then that will be the output. So the filtering operation is based conditionally on the values of the pixel in the neighborhood under consideration. So that kind of filtering is called as the nonlinear filtering. So simple average filter is a linear filter, whereas median filter for in case of low pass is called as the nonlinear filter. Now we'll see the simple average filter like as a linear filtering of the image, as well as nonlinear filtering of the image, that is median filtering. So as I told you that low pass filter is particularly used for smoothing the image or blurring the image or removing the noise and so on. So we'll see first the what is the result of basically simple averaging or linear filtering, and then after that we'll see the result of nonlinear filtering and so on. So smoothing filters are used for blurring for the noise reduction, and blurring is used in a pre-processing step such as noise removal or small removal of small details from the image prior to the object extraction, and bridging of small gaps in a lines or curves. And this noise reduction can be accomplished by blurring. Okay, so or this is called as the averaging filter and so on. Now this is nothing but the low pass filtering. So as I told you that there are two ways of removing the noise by using low pass filtering. One is smoothing linear filter, and another one is the ordered statistic filter. So this is linear filter, and this is nothing but the non-linear filter. You can do low pass filtering both ways. Okay, I'll tell you what is the disadvantage of this linear filter and what is the advantage of non-linear filter in the due course of time. But before that, how this averaging is done, let us look at this one. So simple smoothing with linear filter. So linear spatial filter is simply the average of the pixel contained in the neighborhood of the filter mask. Means what you are doing, you have the mask such that when you place this mask on the image under consideration, you will be taking the average of that image, right? So you will be taking the average of the image, and that's why it is called as the averaging filter. Or okay, this is also called as the, you know that averaging operation in mathematics is equivalent to low pass filtering. Okay, whereas differencing operation in mathematics is equivalent to the high pass filtering. Okay, so you know that in differencing, you know that yesterday I talked about spatial frequency. So spatial frequency is higher at the edges because rate of change of pixel intensity is high. Rate of change is nothing but differentiation. So if differentiation is high, so at edges definitely this value will be high, and you can detect with the high pass filter. So differentiating this one, and then you can remove the this one. Yesterday I took one example, like for example you have the 3x3 image, and the all pixels are having intensity equal to 0, and only one pixel is equal to 255. Now you have the mask, this is the image, original image. So how this image will look like? Black background and one white spot will be there, and then you have the low pass filtering mask, like 3x3 mask. All the coefficients of this mask will be equal to 1 1 1 1, right? And then multiply by 1 by 9. Now so when you place this 111 mask on the image. So just you are doing multiplying the pixel intensities with 1, and then you are adding that one and then dividing by 9. So that operation is nothing but the averaging operation. So what will happen? So for example, if you are removing this 255, doing the averaging, so 0 is added. Basically, see, 255 multiplied by 1 will be there basically, but rest of the 8 neighborhoods will be having 0 value. So 255 divided by 9. So after one level this filtering, you will get your intensity of that this one your noisy pixel will be reduced by 9 times. Again, if you do iteration of this low pass filtering again on the same, so this will be again reduced by 9 times, and so on. And finally, you will see that this intensity is almost 0, like as the neighboring pixel. And then we can say that this here this is removed, means basically noise is removed by using averaging operation and so on. So here, see that the standard 3 by 3 smoothing filter in linear filter is having intensity, this weights are 111. So this is 3 by 3, so total 9 values are there, so it is average will be 1 by 9. So this is standard average. And then another way you can also do that as a weighted average, means you can give the more weightage to the pixel under consideration, and then also 50% weightage to the this one pixel to the right, to the left, to the top and bottom, and then this diagonal pixels are given less weightage. Now this is averaging. So you know that how many basically what is the value of this weight of this mass. So if you do the addition of this one, so this will come equal to 16. So you have to multiply by 1 by 16. Right? So either you can use the weighted average or you can use the standard average filters and so on. So this is 3 by 3. You can have the mask, like for example, this 5 by 5 smoothing mask will be there. And then what will be the value of this one? You have to multiply that one. So there are total 25 pixels. So you have to, this question mark, you have to replace it with 25. So this will be the smoothing mask for 5 by 5 pixel. Similarly, if you expand the smoothing mask of size 7 by 7, then total number of pixels under consideration. See, every time you have to keep the center of the mask and okay on the pixel under consideration. And then see, in case of 3 by 3 mask, you will be keeping the center of this mask on the pixel under consideration, and then remaining 8 pixels will be neighborhood pixels will be considered, and then you will be calculating the filter value of that pixel by using this neighborhood and the pixel under consideration. When you are increasing the size of the mask, definitely the number of pixels, neighboring pixels will be considered will be more. And now here, simple averaging mask is there of 5 by 5, so it will be multiplied with what? 1 by 25. Similarly, if you increase the size of mask like this one 7 by 7, then this value will be equal to 1 by 49, right? And then center pixel will be the pixel under consideration, and then you have to keep the coefficient of this mask such that center of the mask will be placed on the pixel under consideration, and then remaining this one neighboring pixels will be considered for calculating the final value, filter value of that pixel after doing the fixation. Okay, so general this one whatever the operation we are doing, that can be implemented or basically represented with a mathematical formation like as this one. So you are basically doing what? G of xy, you're finding the value of filtered output, and this is done what? By multiplying the weight of that kernel function or filter function with the intensity. So you are doing addition of that one, and finally what you are doing, you are dividing that with the total weight of this one. So that is, if suppose for example if it is 3 by 3 and then simple average, so this value will be equal to 9. Right? If it is 5 by 5, this value will be equal to 25. If it is 7 by 7, it will be 49, and so on. So this is the mathematical formulation of that above filter, simple average filter. Now see that this is suppose for example the image, and then if you are doing the averaging filter, or this is also called as the min filtering, and then these are the values of the pixels of the image under consideration. Now this is suppose for example, this is the noise now in this one. So or also this is also noise, because this entire neighboring pixels are having intensity equal to 0, and this is the only pixel which is having intensity equal to 90. So this pixel can be considered as a noisy, or this pixel only pixel having 0 intensity, rest of the pixel neighboring pixels are having 90 intensity, so this pixel can be considered as a noisy. So the main purpose of averaging filter or smoothing filter is to remove that noise. Right now, suppose for example you have this 3x3 mask. So when this coefficients of this will be equal to 111, and then this 1/9. Now suppose for example you have done this one. See that here this zero value, is where, say, this is in the like for example 1, 2, 3, 4 and fifth column, and what is row? From the bottom also it is fifth, and okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and fifth. So this one 1, 2, 3, 4 and fifth, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and fifth. So this zero value is now replaced with this one 80 value. Means what is done, this 80 and then this one, it will be just like as a, so noise can be replaced. Now when you are displaying that image with the on the computer screen, you will not find that as a black this one black spot. You will find that okay, that is removed by using filtering and so on. Or even see that this value, this is 90 value, it will appear as bright on the black background. But now what is this value coming? This is coming as basically 90. This one, it is coming as a 10. So definitely this 10 value will be less bright, or it is close to the black and so on. So this noisy pixel is also removed. So by using mean filter, what I mean to say that we are removing the noise which is present in the image by using the simple averaging operation and so on. So this is like that. Okay, so okay, here 20 is there, right? And then see the result of smoothing filter, of linear filter. This is the original image, and then this is the filter, simple averaging filter of 3x3. You get the output like this. If you increase this one filter size, you get the output like this, and then if you increase the filter size, you get the output like this. So as you go on increasing the filter size, there may be chances are that your image may get more blurred and so on. Now the main disadvantage of this simple linear filtering or averaging filtering or smoothing filtering is that this will remove the noise, but at the same time edges get blurred. Okay, edges get blurred. See that edges are blurred in this one. Okay, as you go on increasing the size of the filter mask, the edges also get blurred. Now what is our main aim is basically to remove the noise, but at the same time our edges should be preserved and so on. But this is not happening in case of simple linear filtering. So for that we have to use the other means basically our purpose is to remove the noise, but at the same time our edges should be preserved and so on. So only unwanted thing that we have to remove. So edges are wanted thing, but this is also blurred in case of simple averaging filter and so on. And this is overcome by using nonlinear filtering, and that is nonlinear filtering is nothing but the this one image basically nonlinear filtering is basically finding the median value or median filtering and so on, right? Okay, so for example, if you do the filtering of this image with this mask, what will happen? You are just basically convolving or basically multiplying with the center of the mask with 1, and rest of the things will be equal to 0. So you okay, if mask is like this, and if you're doing the filtering on this one, you will get the identical image, because you are just multiplying the pixel under consideration with 1, and then your filter output will be equal to same. So whatever the pixel value is there, that will come as a coefficient in the output. And when you means basically if your mask is like this, your output will be just like as the original image, so it will be identical image, right? Now so for example, your mask is like this, 1 is here, rest of the pixels are 0. What will happen? And if you are convolving this one, so your image will be just shifted by 1 pixel. See that image is just shifted by 1 pixel to the left, right? If you want to shift the image to the right by 1 pixel, then mask should be having 1 here, and rest of the pixel should be like this. So that way you can do. Or like for example, if you want to shift the image to the 1 pixel down, then intensity of this, or basically weight of this mask, should be 1 here, rest of the things should be 0. If you want to shift it by 1 up, then this should be like that. So you can do the shifting operation, or you can do filtering in any way, whatever you wish, and so on. Now this is simple averaging of that one, which already we have considered this one. So this will basically blur the image, or will try to remove the noise by taking the mean or average, and so on. And then like for example, if you do this one, multiply this with 2, and then again you are subtracting the mean of that one. So how your original image will look like? So it will be the sharpening the image. So see that the output will be sharpened, or your edges will be more clear in this image as compared to the original one, and so on. So by using this filter. Another basically, as I told you, that in a non-linear filter for smoothing the image, or for removing the noise, is nothing but the median filter. So operation remains same. Only thing is that final output, instead of taking the average, here you are taking the median of that this one. But advantage of this median filter is that it will not blur the edges. It will remove only noise, and it will keep the edges intact. And that's why most of the time in computer vision, median filter is preferred over the simple averaging filter, so that edges will be prepared as well, kept intact, and then noise will be also removed. So see that. So for example, this is your original image, and then what you have to do, so this is the basically you are considering this window. So you have to, what you have to do, you have to arrange the pixel. See, this is the pixel under consideration, right? So this is the pixel under consideration, and you know that this one, see, most of the pixels are having intensity either 10, 15 or 25 maximum, but only this is the pixel having intensity equal to 100. So this can be considered as a noisy pixel in this area. Now what you have done here in median filtering, you have arranged the pixels in the ascending order. So for the 3 by 3, 9 pixels are there. So ascending order of intensity. So ascending order of intensity, it will be like as a 10, 15, 20, 20, and then 20, and then 20, 20, and 25 and 100. So this pixel will be replaced with the median value of this one. Now median value of this one is coming as a 20. So after filtering, this 100 will be replaced with 20. Now see that. Means you are removing the noise, and also you are not you can see the result also, that you are not going to blur the edges, and so on. So see that. So for example, this is the image of glass, and then these are the noises, and then this is the edge, and so on. These are the edge pixels, and so on, right? So we need to basically remove the noise like this one. So so this noisy pixels we have to remove. So by using simple median filter, you get that this image, which is filtered by median filter, and where noise is totally removed and edges are kept intact. So this is what basically we want in the computer vision, that edges should be preserved as well as noise should be removed. And so this is all about non-linear and linear filtering for smoothing the image or for removing the noise, and so on. So in our next lecture, we'll see the next filter, that is nothing but the high pass filtering. So high pass filtering filter is generally used for detecting the edges, and so on. So in that, we'll take the review of this high pass operator filters, which are standard available, and then after that we'll see the LOZ, Laplacian, Gaussian, DOZ, and so on. So today we'll stop here. Thank you very much.